My life almost fell apart. Back in 2018, I was diagnosed with breast cancer 2B.
Never in a million years I thought I would be going through what I'm going through. This is so far, but the most painful I have ever felt in my life.
Daiana, this is a second lease on life. Matindi ang pinagdaanan mo. Let's talk about your survival journey.
2018, back 7 years ago, I was diagnosed with breast cancer stage 2B, and that was exactly on a Valentine's Day I'll never forget. My mom was with me. She was living in the Philippines for a while because she came over to take good care of me because I had some issues with my own personal life. And if she wasn't here, I'm not sure if I would be able to recover the way I did. But yeah, the first diagnosis was in 2018, February 2018, and they told me probably I have only 2 years.
To live?
To live.
They told you that?
One of my doctors did. So what I did, I think it's very important whenever we have this kind of diagnosis that you really have to do not just one doctor, you have to really have a second opinion. And I even joke about it, third, fourth, fifth, sixth opinion pa man yan. Pero ang pinaka-opinion na sa loob mo rin din yun. You have to really believe the treatment that you're going for. You can never stop learning. I became a little bit baliw about it. I studied neuroscience because I wanted to learn, why am I getting sick? What's going on? I thought I was healthy. People look at me, oh, you're posing on sexy magazine, so your body's okay. So the idea is that you're healthy, right? Or yung panglabas mo ay healthy tingnan, pero paano yung inner? So ang daming ko natutunan, Karen. Like emotional stress, puyat, pagkain, and there's something that I believe that it's a little bit controversial for other people, but in my view, I think that cancer is metabolic instead of genetic. And that's how I look at it.
When you were diagnosed and you were told, Daiana, 2 taon na lang, you have 2 years to live, were you shocked, angry, upset? Anong pakiramdam mo noon?
Really, really sad. I never in a million years I thought I would be going through what I'm going through.
I got a little bit upset at myself. I got angry at myself. I remember at the time, it was me, my mother, and the boyfriend I had at the time. Ano ba yan? And then my mother, super cry. So I'm like, anong gagawin ko dito? I have to be the strong one, right? So I'm like, okay, I don't want to see anyone who's involved in my life going through the pain that I am supposed to go through. So, titibayin ko yung sarili ko. So, I don't know where that came from. I know it's God, because ang lakas ko sa taas, promise. Wala yan sa itsura ko, but I really pray, promise. So, I was like, ano bang pwede? So, ang una kong ginawa, Miss Karen, was, I doubted my doctor, to be honest. I didn't think na mali siya, but I was like, it can't be just that. You can't just tell a person that they only have 2 years and they only have these options. No. We have to study. Whenever we learn that we're sick, kailangan nating pag-aralan yung katawan natin. Why did we get sick this way? Because we caused it somehow.
So you were diagnosed with stage 2 cancer.
Stage 2B.
Anong kaibahan nun and what were you feeling?
So you don't feel anything. Like I didn't know. Like I thought, wala. Like there's no signs of cancer with me during my time. Stage 2B it was a triple positive cancer. It just means that it's very aggressive. It could be small, but very aggressive. So
Pero wala kang naramdaman?
Wala.
Walang pain?
Walang pain po. Wala.
Alam mo, nakakatakot yun.
Nakakatakot siya. As in, I just had myself checked in the bathroom talaga, and then I was like, oh, parang may something na maliit, pero nafe-feel ko. Hopefully, this is just a cyst na mawawala. So sabi ko, I really have to check and see what this is. That was January 2018. And then I had to go to Dubai because I sing also. So I had a series of concerts in Dubai. So I would stay there for 3 weeks. So hindi ako pala pwede magpa-check ulit. And as soon as I checked, I know there's something wrong. Kasi sabi nila, I don't like the shape. So apparently pala, pag cancer siya, iba ang shape. Hindi siya yung parang na-cyst na sinasabi ng doctor sa atin, ay, may mawala, cyst lang yun. Mukha siyang, sorry for the word, demonyo siya tingnan. Like may ganon-ganon na hindi siya yung bilog, as in, weird. Pagbalik ko, ayan, biopsy naman. So they really opened it up to check, and then they confirmed to me, okay. When you know that they call you na bumalik ka dito, na hindi lang yung parang, okay, you're good. Diba? Hindi naman, so I had this, okay, doon ako na-realize na I really have to take my health way more serious than I thought.
And then you got treatment.
And
What did you do?
the first doctor, Miss Karen, told me I should have double mastectomy. In layman's term, that means re-remove mo po lahat. Parehong boobs po, pati nipple minsan, and then pwede nila itatattoo yun para magmukha siyang totoong nipple. I was like, that's too harsh. Are we sure we need to do that? So another doctor and another doctor. Until na na-realize ko, Miss Karen, I watched a lot of success stories. It's very important na ididiin mo talaga, ihugot mo kung bakit to nangyari at ano bang ginagawa ng ibang tao na nag-work para sa kanila. Okay lang gayahin, this is health. We don't have the blueprint of it yet, diba? But machine lang ito, so we have to give the right fuel. Ano ba ang ginagawa ko na mali? So I traced it back. I used to drink alcohol. Now, maybe 10% of it. You know what I mean? Like only if I'm in social places and activities that I really have to. Of course, I miss getting a little bit tipsy and fun, but it's not worth it. So, tanggal. And I really prayed for it talaga para matanggal. Kasi mahirap siya tanggalin. So, alcohol, puyat. I know in our work, we don't care, right? O sige, basta on the go tayo, the show must go on. Hindi, kailangan po tayo magpahinga. Totoo yun. Another one, pagkain. So there's things, there are fuels in our body that if they're together, the cancer cells that you could have will be so happy if you fuel them. So don't do that. For example, in layman's terms, para sa kaalaman ng lahat, sugar, number one culprit. Grabe, kasi if cancer has glutamine and glucose, they will ferment inside our bodies. And that will be the fuel and the energy that your cancer will use to proliferate. So ngayon,
So wala ka ng asukal?
starve mo sila. 7 years, ma'am.
Wow!
Kaya ang payat ko.
My gosh, so
7
you are
years.
alcohol-free and sugar-free.
Sugar-free. Opo.
So you've done that. You've changed what you're eating.
Yes.
The treatment itself, you started getting chemotherapy.
So, I did the rebellious thing. So I did the first conventional treatment in the hospital. So I had my surgery. And then instead of double mastectomy, I just removed a real lumpectomy, a real small part of this right breast, which is where it happened. And of course, I had to reconstruct it so I can still look like I have boobs.
This is so far the most painful I have ever felt in my life. I just want this pain to go away.
After that, they sat me down on a table. This is the plan we have for you. Chemotherapy. Then the price. Muntik ako nahulog sa kasi syempre ang mahal din naman. And I'm all on my own. Ever since I've been the breadwinner. So, treatment, ako din yun. And I was so blessed, Miss Karen, kasi the year prior to that, I got this calendar for this alcohol company. And then that helped me pay for everything that I was going through on my
Isipin
own.
mo how ironic, no? It's the alcohol company
Correct.
that endorsement ang nakatulong.
Nakatulong dito sa nangyari sa akin kung saan yung alcohol naman ang bawal. Hindi ako nag-chemotherapy.
Hindi.
No. They told me, this is the chemotherapy you're gonna have. This is the cost. I said, I thought we talked about going holistic. Yes, but we told you that you only have 2 more years after surgery. But I was so angry, like I felt something. Like, you feel it, na parang you can be brave at that moment. Hindi yung parang pasaway ka lang, rebellious ka, kasi buhay mo yun eh.
Pero ano yung treatment mo nun?
Different doctors. So aside from the one in Tarlac, who had different supplements that you go baliw when you do it because you really starve yourself a little bit. Herbs lang and leaves of, oh my goodness talaga, Miss.
So parang cleansing yun. That's one.
Detox.
What else did you do?
I had clinics where I do hyperthermia, where you go, there's this machine, you go inside and then they will stimulate like fever. I did ozone hyperbaric chain. I did infrared sauna weekly. I still do IVs with the same cocktail as the one I had during cancer treatment. So I'm keeping up with what I do for me to be sure that I don't get sick again. And my diet has never changed. Everything.
But I think we need to be careful. Sa mga nanonood ngayon, this is not an endorsement of any way of
No,
a
yes.
treatment. You know, of a treatment you should take. This is Diane's story of what she did. So in effect, the lumpectomy and the holistic food eating helped you.
Helped me.
And how did it not come back?
Okay. Another thing that you have to always remember whenever you have a diagnosis like that, ano pang mga ibang ginagawa ko? Kasi hindi lang sa pagkain. So stresses, emotional stresses. I used to be so stressed. I used to be talagang I let anything affect me. And I had to learn how to overcome that and how to be more calm.
How did you do it?
It's nasa taas na yan. Yung parang it's the willingness of healing, you know? You just want to heal, you just want to do the best. And what I learned talaga, like, every time I do my tests again, my tumor marker doesn't go up. That's because I'm keeping it with the food. And then I remember, what am I stressing about? Is it love life? Wala na yan. So, very good. Diba? Kaya yung mga ganyan, all of those factors, they contribute to a person getting sick. And you have to study about them to learn. Because people think they're cliche. No, it's true. Totoo yun.
And what is your status today?
Today, I'm cancer-free, as they like to say. I like to say I peacefully coexist with cancer. That's how I like to treat it. Because for me, like you said as well, this is not an endorsement on how you should act when you are presented with this problem. I think it's more of what is the maintenance I can do to keep the situation stagnant? And then, because all of us could have cancer. If we're weak at that moment, it could trigger you. But if you're fighting enough and doing the right things, giving your body the right fuels, your mind the right fuels, your environment the right stuff, everything has to be in balance for you to live a healthy life.
Matindi rin yung naging epekto ng cancer. You are healed, but during your journey, you were pregnant at one point,
Yes.
and you had a miscarriage.
That's right. Yes, I found out that I was pregnant. And I really wanted to keep that baby. I really wanted to become a mom, but the baby didn't survive. So, of course, I had treatments that I think it was too aggressive. Maybe it wasn't God's calling at that time. It was very painful to me because I only lost the baby when I was 4 months. So ang laki na ng nangyayari dun sa akin. So when I had an ultrasound, I found out that the baby wasn't anymore. And my baby also didn't have limbs.
Oh, wow.
So I think that whatever I was taking really
It affected.
it affected the baby. I even found out later on na babae pala. I named it Bella. Masakit yung part na yan sa akin. But in a way, sabi ni Lord, ano bang gusto mo? Binigay ko na sa'yo yung second leasing life. Maybe hindi mo pa panahon, pero at least pinakita ko sa'yo na kaya mo. And I took it in a way na parang sa akin, it's kaya ko pala mabuntis. Parang ako delulu nung time na yun. Imbes akong malungkot, I always looked at it in the positive or brighter side. You have to become that way when you are going through something like that.
Now, you are a tough woman. You're a survivor. When you came to the Philippines, you were 18 years old.
That's right.
Bakit kinailangan mong pumunta sa Pilipinas at umalis ng Brazil?
When I was growing up, Miss Karen, my family was a little bit complicated. My father and my mother, they didn't get along at a very young age. I was there, seeing everything, witnessed everything, which now na matanda na ako, nai-realize ko na this actually affects you in your life, no, as you grow older. But I took it really well during the time. So they separated when I was 5, and I felt very displaced, although I was very loved. I can't complain about my parents. They're really good parents. Yun nga lang, they didn't get along. And I think kids, they have to have both parents together. It takes a community. Totoo yun. And now I realize that. So I wanted to just be my own person and get out of that situation. And the moment I saw an opportunity to do that, I was like, I can do that, and I can even bring my mom with me. So that's what I did.
But did you have to support your parents? Kumbaga, mahirap ba ang buhay niyo sa Brazil noon?
Yung father ko po, hindi. Yung father ko, all in fairness naman, he's I won't say well-off, but yes, he's kind of okay. And that's the reason why nga, yung lalaki pag medyo may pera, lapiting ng babae yung tatay ko. So hindi naman kaya ng nanay ko naman na gano'n. My mom actually, her dream was to become like you. Yes, promise. She studied journalism. She did everything. She had such a great voice. She was in radio and then nabuntis. So every day she tells me, because of you, I did not become And I was like, okay ma, I did it naman for you eh. Kaso clown. Kasi napunta naman ako sa pakwela na side.
How difficult was life in the Philippines starting off in a foreign country?
Everything on my own. I had to learn how to live here. My first place was in Makati. In fact, I love Makati so much.
Pero magkano ang talent fee mo
Maliit lang!
sa unang trabaho mo sa
Maliit
Pilipinas?
lang lahat.
Like what? 5,000?
Mas maliit pa doon! Oo, mas maliit pa doon. And then, of course, may mga modeling jobs na ganon. Pero pagdating sa TV, mas maliit pa doon when I first started. So, nung 19 years ago, dito lahat sa Makati, lahat nangyayari. So, I lived here. Kaso, ang trabaho ko pang araw-araw ay nasa QC. Kasi Itbulaga nung time na yon. So I have to commute, going there every day, coming back. And I only had this like allowance from my agency. And I'm asking people to teach me English, let alone Tagalog, wala pa, di ba? And then yun, eventually I learned. And ito pa yung feeling ko na nagustuhan ako ng mga tao dito is nagtatagalog ako, nagkakamali.
Batanes, batang-batang makinis.
Pero hindi alam ng mga tao, Miss Karen, na umiyak ako pagkatapos. Kasi feeling ko parang tanga ko or hindi ko alam yung ginagawa ko. And I'm thinking, syempre, my mind, I want to prove to my family na I did it well, diba? I did something that it's worth watching and whatever. So I'm like, pag pinapanood nila yun at nakita nila, natatawa na sila sa akin. Of course, eventually, now marunong na ako mag-Tagalog, bulol, may konting accent, pero kaya ko naman mag-converse, right? So ngayon, parang, yes, natuto ko ng English and Tagalog from Itbulaga. And then I also learned how to act. I learned how to host in Tagalog. Now, I even have my own show. It's brilliant for me, like amazing. How? Thank you, Lord. Alam mo yun, everyday talaga napaka-grateful ako sa buhay. So doon nagsimula lahat. Ang dami ko na ding nagawa, Miss Karen. Ang dami ko natutunan.
When you were in Itbulaga, may nanligaw ba sa'yo doon?
From the cast?
From the cast. From the cast.
Alam mo, I'm the typical girl na, yes, I pose sexy, pero lagi akong nagiging one of the boys. And lagi akong dumidikit sa asawa ng mga tao. So halimbawa, indecent proposal, sa labas, hindi ko masabi yan sa Itbulaga, wala naman yun doon. Talagang hahanapin ko, alam ng manager ko yun, sino yung asawa nito? Ipa-follow ko, ikagaibiganin ko yan. Kasi yan yung reason why hindi nag-work ang pamilya ko, di ba? My mother is such a proof of how money can really, I mean, what happened to my family. Talaga, and I felt the impact, and I see it now.
How long were you married?
We were dating for 2 years, and then right after, we had a lot of problems, like a lot of problems. Like, it was not a smooth ride. Yeah, it was a quick relationship. It took me a long time to get a divorce because I had to do it in the States, and I did it all on my own, and I had to serve it because the person didn't want to do it. And then I eventually found out he was not annulled from his first marriage here, so everything was granted to me. There's different things I don't want to claim might become a legal problem, but you know, I spend a lot of money, to be honest with you. Like, I think these are one of the contributing factors for the emotional stress that can cause a disease inside anyone's body.
lumabas sa balita noon when you were married, there was an article that came out, I believe this was 2012 or 2013, that he tried to commit suicide. May litrato pa noon that you were in an ambulance with him. What really happened? Did he try to hurt himself because of you?
During that time, I was maybe 3 months married to him. And he told me, and I quote, and I'm sorry for saying the truth, but that's exactly what he told me, that if he loses or if he doesn't win this next election, he will commit suicide. Of course, kasabay nun, we had so many marital problems that I could not accept. That's why I was already filing for a divorce. But when you see someone that you've been with and the person is harmed, even if it was self-harm, you still have feelings.
Of
Tao pa
course.
rin ako, So I cared for that person, but I was no longer in the relationship or with him. And it was not because of me. There's zero truth in that. In fact, iniwan pa niya ng parang sobre na may nakalagay doon, 100,000 pesos for my cremation. Imagining mo kung iisipin mo as a babae, kung asawa mo yun pala yung ginawa. Ikaw, ano magagawa mo sa sarili mo? Like, you have nothing left to you but headache, diba? And emotional stress and grief. It was terrible. I was also hospitalized. I got crazy. My mom was with me the entire time. Siguro kung wala yung mama ko, I don't even know kung bakit hindi pa lumabas yung cancer nung time na yun, to be honest. Kasi that was my most stressful part in my entire life. And I learned a lot from it. And buti na lang, we have people that care for us enough, selflessly care for us like our parents. And everything was okay for me after I left that situation. I gained nothing from it.
What did you learn from that marriage?
What I learned, Karen, it's just so hard for me to say this because I don't want to sound bitter, but marriage is a contract. And you really have to think about what contract do you want to have. I want to have a contract with God. I want to have a contract with the people that really care for me deeply, and it's not about humans. And I find it so deep for you to you can change it. You will change. The person will change. You have to be 100% sure. I wasn't sure. I was curious. I'm a sapiosexual person. I go for the brain. I don't care about how people look. I care what's inside here. What can I learn from you? What can I absorb that I don't have it yet? I want knowledge. That's not enough for you to marry someone. And love is also not enough for you to marry someone. So you have to really look for everything. Because I went through violence, abuse, everything that...
With him?
With him. And I think, Ms. Karen, I won't blame him alone. I saw that in my own family, right? So probably the reason why I tolerated it, it's because I thought that was the meaning of love, of, being a submissive person. No, hindi. Now na tumatanda na tayo, we really need to share the knowledge that we gain from our bad experiences with other people, just so they don't go through the same. I kind of believe that whatever I'm putting out there, it will come back some way that it will either help me or help other people.
After your divorce, did you ever fall in love again?
Yes! Oo, ang bilis ko. Bilis
With
ka.
who? But nobody,
Mali na naman.
nobody in show business.
No, man.
Nobody,
Nobody in show. I only had, sino ba yung nag-showbiz ako? Si Sam lang, no? Sam YG lang yung dati, di ba na?
Oh my
Diba?
God!
It was a very public relationship.
Sam! Oh my God!
Miss Karen
And wait,
naman.
are you friends
Are you-
now?
Oh, I'm friends naman with Sam. I love
He
Sam.
is so funny.
He's so good.
Sam, wow, okay. Okay, so Sam was the only ex-boyfriend you had who was a celebrity.
Who was a
Who was in the
celebrity.
business. And then you did have other partners or one
Yeah,
partner.
I had other partners.
And you felt, even after what you learned in that horrific, experience in your very brief marriage, you felt you haven't found the one.
I'm seeing someone that I've been with for 6 years. He's like my best friend. So our relationship is like, we're best friends. And it's not perfect. He's an American guy. Actually, ever since what happened, I haven't dated a Filipino again. Na-trauma tuloy.
Wow.
I don't want to say that it has nothing to do with that. Because I see so many potential Filipinos that are like, But anyway, we're still working things out. He's also a musician. So, for me, I always tell him, if we're going to go and sign that contract, we have to be 100% sure, honey. It can't be just like that. But I'm not looking forward to be so deep in life. Like if God will bless me with a child, why not? Not in a hurry. You know, I'm 38.
But have you stopped pressuring yourself with
Yeah,
that? I mean,
yeah.
women go through that.
Yeah. Now that I'm 38 and I've been through a miscarriage and I've been through cancer, I'm just so grateful to be here. I want to actually be an example to other women that you don't have to sleep your way to the top. You don't have to do that. You don't have to step on anyone else, you know, just to get, it's okay to struggle for a while. It's okay, you know, and I want people to know that, yes, it's okay. You don't have to be the richest person, the most successful one, or the class A celebrity, as long as you're living your life honesty.
Ano pa ba ang pangarap ni Diane?
Ang pangarap ko, well, in terms of work, I still want to do a lot. Nagjo-joke pa nga ako on the way here. Sabi ko, uy, may PBB na naman sila, celebrity edition, pasok kaya ako. But I have a regular show, so I cannot. So yes, I'm doing things that I dreamt of. So if the girls are out there dreaming of having a career one day, just go for it. Imagine a person who couldn't speak English and Tagalog is now hosting her own show in Tagalog, right? So I'm very happy that I can do all of this on my own.
You've mentioned God so many times. Is there a life verse that's close to your heart that has helped you all these years?
If you will see me, Miss Karen, on the way ako somewhere, I'm playing that Thank You, Lord from Don Moen. You know the song?
Yes.
So I play that probably mga 5 to 6 times a day. So other people at work, when they're doing my makeup, they pass by, I say, thank you, Lord, though. So I guess my verse in life is just really be grateful and thank the Lord for everything that He's providing you. And if you don't feel na it's maganda at that moment, may lesson yun, hanapin mo kung bakit pinapakita niyan sa'yo. Kasi for sure, may lesson behind everything that you're going through that might not be for you at that moment. It might be for other people. And just, you know, just savor the moment and enjoy. I don't have a specific verse, but also I have a gift for you.
No!
No, I
Wait
have. Wait, I
Grabe
do.
naman
You know why?
talaga.
Oo, kasi...
Wow, you're so sweet, eto.
Okay. Ayan,
Yes.
no, tingnan mo. Talagang personal use ko to.
Yes, thank you for
Okay.
this.
This is what
This is Diane's gift.
Oo.
Wow.
So, yeah, it's...
Eat to beat the disease. I
Yes.
thank you.
And then I
You're so sweet. Thank
I
you.
put
Thank
here,
you.
the greatest medicine of all is to teach people how not to need it.
This is now your life advocacy.
Yes.
This is your work.
Yes. I want to help women to not be scared of getting sick.
Yeah.
It's okay if we have to face those battles in life. We have to be able to fight them.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank
God
you.
bless you.
God bless you.